Hello everyone, this is Enayat Meer with my Exchange server on-prem migration from Exchange 2010 to 2013. So this is my video 2. I am going to check my host name, which is TreeEX13, which is running Exchange server 2013. So EX1 is running Exchange server 2010. So the purpose of this migration is to see that how we can move mailboxes and users from Exchange 2010 to Exchange 2013. So we did a discovery part first in my previous long video. So this is a second part regarding upgrading from Exchange Server 2010 to Exchange Server 2013. So we are going to move administrator mailbox to Exchange 2013, obtain a certificate for the Exchange 2013 server, change the client access configuration to use Exchange Server 2013, move the IT department mailboxes to Exchange Server 2013, and configure and verify message routing. So you went through to look at the operating system of both servers, Windows 2008 R2 at 2010 side and Windows Server 2012 R2 at Exchange 2013 side. So now that you have deployed the Exchange 2013 server and verified basic functionality, you are ready to start moving all data and functionality from Exchange Server 2010 to Exchange Server 2013. First, you will move the administrator account to Exchange Server 2013 so that you can start using the Exchange administration console from 2013 server to manage Exchange. So you will then install certificate on the Exchange Server 2013 and configure client connections to start using Exchange 2013. So first we are going to move administrator mailbox to Exchange Server 2013. Let's go and use Exchange shell from the start menu. So we are going to use a command from Exchange management shell that is a move request space minus ID space administrator space minus target database space database name, which is EX13MDB1. So now we have to wait from 1 minute to 2 minutes. Between this process, I might want to pause and go, so you don't have to wait exactly the time which I am spending here to wait. Then later on, basically, you can check that if mailbox was moved or not. You also can verify through the Exchange management shell. So let's see. Now we are using this administrator account to verify that this admin account is working. So you can use your Outlook web app OWA to access Outlook. So we verified that yes, we can use OWA and access Outlook web from EX1. So here you can see my PowerShell, which tells you that where we are at this time. So I am using again my EX13 URL. So now you can see that in my URL I am using tray-ex13. So that URL also appropriately working, but here Aaron is logged in. So let's log him off first. So if you want to directly go to Exchange 13 server, you can go. That is where you see that you always focus on the URL. So currently you see the trade-ex13 is the URL where you are logged in now. So you are sending an email to Aaron from ex13 URL, logged on as an administrator. As you can see on the top right side, the logged in account is administrator and the URL is tray-ex13. So this indicates that things are working. So I am moving back to Exchange 2010, where you see the URL is still Exchange 2013, but we are able to use Outlook to access that email. So you see that Aaron was logged in. I decided to send an email to Aaron as an administrator from Exchange 2013. So I am switching back and forth. You see the visible icon for Exchange 2013, so which indicates you are logged in from Exchange 2013, or you can see the URL as well. So now I am going to log in back as an administrator. Again, I am on Exchange 2013. So here I am able to log in, where you see all of those user accounts. So here I had on the back end a reboot of this server in order to see all of my snap-ins from Exchange 2013 management console. So you see the left all snaps in are there. So now we are talking about some other options. As I mentioned earlier, that we will work with a certificate as well. So let's go and look at the certificate, because we have to create a certificate signing request, or CRS or CRQ first for the Exchange server 2013, where you can see on the top the server name. Here you can add your options, you can delete, you can refresh, you can edit wherever you have to set it up. So here you are going to create a certificate signing request, create a request for certificate from a certificate authority. So you know that we have a domain controller which is running a certificate server services to issue internal certificates. So here you are going to create a new Exchange certificate signing request. You click on next. Friendly name, you can set up any friendly name which is easy. So here we are setting up mail.trayresearch.net. At this point you will leave the default options here and click on next. So where do you want to save this certificate request? So you can browse and save it to tray-ex13 server, and you also can mention where do you want to save on this server. So technically you will see that this will go into your download folder when we point out to that one, but here you are looking at the options, that what options basically you are selecting right from here. So whatever is not specified, you have to specify that for the web mail address. So you have to double click or edit your Outlook web app. Here you have to type the URL. So the URL, what we're going to type here, I will actually copy that URL, and because we have other options as well where I have to add this URL, so I will then keep pasting mail.research.net wherever you see in the domain column, not specified, so we need to have mail.research.net on all of those places. So now you are looking for, I see here several of them are saying that not specified, so I have a copy in my clipboard, so I'm going to paste on all of them. So you will see that these are all options in my certificate signing request will appear. So these are basically services which basically we are going to serve that. So now the leftover is the last one is Outlook Anywhere. You can save here as well. So I think we are done. Now you can click on next. Now you see all of those options are available here. Mail.research.net, TreeEX13 Tree Research, Auto Discover, TreeEX13, and TreeResearch.net. So these are actually a subject alternate name in the certificate. Now you can see the listed domain names over here. Once we verify these options, we can click on next to move on to complete our certificate signing request. Now we have to now fill these all blanks. This is the information about the organization. I am not going to let it watch completely, but I will fill this form with a fast forwarding options, and here I am at the end to select the country name right from here. So which country we belong to. Here I am mentioning as instructed United Kingdom. Now we are ready to move on to the next page. Here you can mention the path. So you can save this certificate request to a root drive, and this is the path where you can see. I will show you where basically is. It is under the download folder, which directly you can see by going into File Explorer. So I will show you that as well, but that is where we are going to. So we are now done with a certificate signing request. We are on TreeEX13, and this is my download folder under my profile. So where you can see whatever I have downloaded, it should be available, and very simple. You can see, you can open this with a notepad. Once you open, this will open. In a notepad, you have to copy this and paste into your certificate server. So my domain controller, or our DC, is also a certificate server. So we have to access our certificate server through the URL. So let's go and perform that operation as well. So you will have an idea about obtaining a certificate. So first thing is first, you used a certificate signing request from your Exchange server. Now you have to sign that certificate by using a URL. So Trey DC1 is actually a domain controller. Domain name is TreeResearch.net. So I am going to log into that URL to access my certificate server. So let's take a look on the certificate URL where you are going in and trying to request a certificate. So look at small tips. Use F12 to see the Windows 10 compatibility mode. So you might see a blank screen, so you have to use those shortcut keys in order to look at the compatibility mode, where you can see that you are using Windows 10 and you are using a compatibility view. So now you are able to see the contents of this web page. So what we are going to do here, we are going to request a certificate because we already have a CSR or certificate signing request. So under your select a task, you will see the options where you can request a certificate, and this will be a certificate option number 2, where you clicked on it and you are going to use your clipboard and paste the certificate signing request contents into your saved request window. So here you simply can use Ctrl V, or you can right click and paste the content. Under your certificate template, you are going to use a web server or tray web certificate template. Now once you submit, you can also download the certificate now with DER encoded option. What you see right by default, you can save this request because we need this certificate actually to complete the request of this certificate. So you will see the all process. If you missed anything or if you do not understand anything, very simple, you can go back and take a look these all steps, so where you can able to, or where you should be able to complete the certificate signing request. So now we have to go back to servers and certificates. Now you highlight our pending request status, and bottom right side you have to click on complete in order to complete this certificate and make it valid. So currently you can see this is a pending request, but now you have to complete this request by browsing into your download folder on your Exchange Server 2013. So here you have a certificate. You just got that certificate. I actually copied and pasted here the UNC path for the certificate. Now you can see the option is valid. It is valid until November 20, 2020. So most likely this is a 1 year certificate or 1+ year certificate, approximately those dates. So now you can click on edit if you want to look at the services, what services you are basically assigning with these certificates. Here you can add IIS or SMTP or whatever is required. I'm going to use IIS also as a service for this mail.research.net certificate or Microsoft Exchange certificates. Here you can go back to your IE or Internet Explorer. Now you can look at your Outlook, Web Access or OWA, or you also can look at your ECP or Exchange console. So here you are looking at your virtual directories under servers. Now we are going to take a look on virtual directories belong to Exchange Server 2016. On the top, I am using all servers. That's mean you are looking at your Exchange Trade Research all servers, whatever you have in this environment. If I have only one Exchange server, you will see only one Exchange server. So take a look on the virtual directory of OWA default website. Now you have to use here your external URL manually. So this is mail.research.net/OWA. So I have shown you, I believe, previously how to fill these blanks through the Exchange shell. I know that I had those videos in the past, so where you can do this GUI as well. So I did this before through the Exchange shell. Now I'm going to show you here through the GUI method. So read the warning, and once you are done, click on OK to dismiss this warning. Now you keep looking at other options here. So if you highlight your server column, you will see that you are working with EX13 or EX10. So here EWS default website, you are going to populate your external URL. So people from outside of the network can use this URL to access their email if they are authorized from a laptop or from a tablet or from a iOS or from an Android device or iPad. So here you are looking at now Microsoft server. Look at other options. You can look also from authentication or other tabs available. Now you are looking at EX13 at this time, so you are going to ignore EX1. So looking at Outlook address book default website, here you are going to again add your URL at the bottom row. So make sure that you have completed all EX13 part on that one. So after that we have to go back to our Exchange 13, and we have to also reset our IIS at one point. Yes, we need to reset IIS. So who am I will tell you that how you log in actually. I am logged in to the domain as an administrator. You can see that the domain is research.net. Let's go and look at our DNS, where you're going to change your existing IP from 10 of the mail record from 101 to 102. So you're going to see here your host a record for mail. So here I am using 172.16.0.101. So I am going to change this to 102. Once you do that, click on OK, and you can see here 102 belongs to tray-ex13. Before we used actually mail record for EX1, that is 101. Because we are going to migrate 2010 to 2013, that's why we need to change the IP address You can use a DNSCMD space / clear cache, or you can use a GUI way to clear the cache, which I just did from my DNS console. So up to here we are good. We are going back to EX13. So this is already active at this time. I did not log off. So you are going to verify the IP address now through NS lookup for mail.research.net. that we're supposed to see 172.16.0.102. So you can flush DNS if there is any issue by using ipconfig space / flush DNS. Now you can verify the administrator account. So you are on ex13.research.net. that is where you can go and log into OWA by using administrator account. If you are successfully logged in, that means that you are using a migrated mailbox of administrator, which was originally in Exchange 2010. Now this mailbox is in Exchange 2013. We have used this actually account before. I believe you are going to use it again. So this validates that administrator account is working. Here you are using Aaron's account now. So you are using a mail.research.net URL. Now you are logged in as Aaron Nicholas. You see that here test from EXCH13 email. Previously this mailbox was created in Exchange 2013. So far so good. Now you have to use a command shell to move IT department mailboxes to Exchange server. So this IT is actually an OU in Active Directory. This OU contains multiple accounts. So you are going to use this command to migrate multiple mailboxes. So you're gonna see here a list of mailboxes which you are going to migrate. You can see the second column tells you queued. So we used actually a PowerShell Exchange shell command. So get -mailbox space -organizational unit space IT. Then we piped it to new -move request space -target database. You put the target database name, which is EX13MDB1. So you have to again wait for a while, and you will see that those mailboxes are migrated actually. So now we are using OWA again as an administrator, using our complex password. Now you can send email to KAI Oxford. So you will actually send this email to. You can use first few letters of the user and hit Control K. That will automatically search and detect the name of the users. Now you are using this message before migration for this user account, Kai Oxford. So I would say here test, in other words. So in sent folder, you're supposed to see that which email was sent already. So now you can validate this email through a search method. So you can search administrator mailbox the way we use from the EAC, Exchange Admin Console. We use a mail flow option where you can see a delivery report. Beside the mailbox, to search, you can click on browse and you can click on administrator and click on OK. So now you are going to set a search for messages to KAI Oxford, Kai Oxford. So you can choose that option. You can sort any column right from here, from display name through alphabetically or email address, or you can scroll down. You will see the user accounts here. Now you click on add and this account is added for search purposes, and now you can click on OK. So now you are executing a search. So now you are supposed to search it and validate that a message was successfully sent. So look at the bottom row where you can see that the email which went from administrator to Kai Oxford, subject was message before migration, and this is a send time and date. So don't go to this date. This is 2019. This is a date what you see actually from a virtual machines back couple of years back, 12/17/2015. So it is basically more than 4 years old date here. So don't worry about that one. So you can see here a delivery report. So that is the beauty of these methods as well. Just carefully read the information where you can see at the very last row the message was successfully delivered. So again, this is a validation of your successfully email that was sent from administrator to Kai Oxford. So that is also mentioned under the bottom of your screen. Here you look at your send connectors. So under send connectors, you basically can look at the available options where you see the scoping options, you see the delivery, and you see the general options. Here you can scroll down and take a look, and if you want to look at the source server, you can look at, you want to add, you can add from the source server from send connector. So here you are adding Exchange 2013 here, because things are now moving into Exchange 2013. So here you have to mention that you are going to add a source server now Exchange 2013 because at some point we are going to decommission Exchange 2010. So now, or from now on, our send connector will be EX 2013. So now you are going to look at receive connector. Under the server list, you also now going to change this receive connector. First, you make sure that you are not on select server EX1. So scroll down the top, select server window where you supposed to see tray EX13 instead of EX1. So here first I'm looking at EX1 at this time. So you see we have two servers. So we are going to click on EX13 from the select server. Now you see a different list. So now you are going to check the options here. Default front end tray EX13 is the option where you are going to verify that anonymous users are checked under our security tab. So let's take a look. After this validation, we are going to jump into our final part of this lab. So let's go and look at security, check anonymous users. I know these labs are getting longer, but that is how we are going to go through this all exchange migration process. Even I have eliminated few things here which were so basics. So here we are going to validate the very last option, which is anonymous users is checked. So far we went through this 30 plus some minutes video, about 36 or 37 minutes video that is sorting out now. So you have moved an admin mailbox to Exchange 2013, obtained a certificate for Exchange 2013, changed the client access, etc. I will see you in my final part of the video. Thank you for watching. Bye.